Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. This is Damon K. Jones here, and welcome to the health mindset. And every Wednesday, we gonna have our divine masculine series. And if you do not understand what the divine masculine is, please get my book on Amazon. The 53 Building Blocks to Become a Divine Black Masculine, a guide for Black men to live within their divine masculine wellness, confidence, spirituality, mental clarity, and success. And, I think we have to actually have these discussions. Um, we should have discussions about what it is to be within our masculine, um, with our young boys as well as our older men. We should have these type discussions. Men should have safe places outside of the barbershops to have actually discussions about life, spirituality, marriage, being a good husband, being a provider, being a protector, because we are bombarded with all type of different images of what a Black man is. And recently, Tyler Perry put up a post which women, what I've saw, and I'm going to make a video about it sooner or later, which women attacked him when, you know, he was speaking on relationships and standards. And men are held up to standards to take a woman sometimes that have less than him. But it's taboo if a woman takes on a man that has financially less than her. But financial, sister, does not make a man a man. His honor, his integrity, his spirituality, his respect for you makes a man, because when y'all together, y'all are a team. And one day you might be 40%, he might be 60%. And the next day he might be 75% and you're 25%. And then the next day you might be 80% and he's 20 and he's 20%. The goal is to work as a team. And that's what we were created for. So, I wanted to start off with that because I think a lot of times we got it twisted. So when we ask a man, what is his why is more than a paycheck. His why is more than his college degree. His why is more than his title at work. We have been reduced to titles, salaries, and degrees. That's what we have been reduced to. And even though before 1965, we had a stronger family unit, Black communities were at 80% marriage, and we had less of all those. We had less money. we have less degrees, right? And we had less titles. And now we have all those things, and we have less marriages in the Black community, and we are we are deteriorating within the Black community as family units. So I said what I said. So we also want to talk about what is man's purpose and what is the meaning of purpose. I asked the brothers, do you truly know? Or maybe a more important question is, do you understand your why? Right? This question goes beyond the routine of our daily lives, and it dives into the very essence of our existence as men. So before we look at this, we also must understand there is a biblical perspective of why. Of why. Do you know your why? Do you know the driving force that shapes your why in your life journey? The concept of a man's purpose in life is deeply rooted in the idea of responsibility and why men need to find their why. The significance of why. What is the significance to why? What do men get out waking up every day? What do we get out of it? What motivates us as men to face challenges and hardships? The answer lies in the sense of responsibility and the fundamental aspects of man's purpose. The scriptures reinforces this idea in 1 Corinthians 16:13. Be on your guard, stand firm in faith, be courageous, be strong. It's not a hard scripture. And this verse encourages men to take responsibility for their faith actions, emphasizing the importance of courage and strength. A man who understands his purpose approaches life and his daily activities, goals with a distinct perspective. Such individuals frequently demonstrate a readiness to take bold and substantial steps toward their objectives. In contrast, those lacking clear purpose often adopt a mindset characterized by scarcity, which I did a video earlier how scarcity is rampant in the Black community. This desperately explains why some men gravitate towards causes that portray them as victims, as it provides them with a sense of responsibility without requiring a fundamental shift in their mindset. If a man lacks a sense of purpose and is the opposite of the description we just talked about, he might exhibit the following behaviors and characteristics. He'll have a lack of direction. He may need help to define his goals and feel adrift in life, unsure what he wants to achieve. He procrastinates. Without a clear sense of purpose, he might procrastinate on essential tasks and he needs more motivation to take action. He has low confidence. A lack of purpose can lead to low self-esteem and reduce self-confidence as he may not believe in his abilities or worth. Indecisiveness. Making decisions can be challenging as he may need guiding principle to help him choose his path. He has difficulty in relationships. Personal and professional relationships may suffer because he struggles to connect meaningfully with others. He has a lack of resilience. He may find it difficult to bounce back from setbacks or challenges as he needs a stronger sense of purpose to drive him forward. He has a negative mindset. He may have a pessimistic outlook on life, focusing on what's lacking rather than growth opportunities. He has a tendency to blame others and be the victim. Instead of taking responsibility for his own actions, he might blame external factors or others for his circumstance. He also has a feeling of emptiness. He may experience a persistent sense of emptiness and unfulfillment as life lacks a deeper meaning for him. So when a person lacks those things, they lack their purpose. They don't understand their why. And tonight we're trying to get us as men, especially Black men, to get on our why. When pondering why men get out of bed every morning, it becomes evident that motivational is a crucial driving force. Motivation varies from person to person, but for many men, it's rooted in their sense of purpose. This purpose acts as their why, the reason that fuels their actions and decisions. Life is filled with challenges and hardships that can be daunting. However, a man's sense of responsibility intertwined with his purpose often empowers him to confront these obstacles head on. The sense of responsibility goes beyond personal comfort and convenience. It compels the man to take action and persevere. As I said before, the scriptures gives guidance and wisdom for many men if they only just read. 1 Corinthians 16:13 underscores the biblical perspective of responsibility. It urges men to be on their guard, stand firm in faith, be courageous and strong. I'm going to say that again. It orders them to be on their guard, stand firm in faith, be courageous and strong. This verse, men is reminded of their responsibility to protect their faith, stand firm in their beliefs, and faith challenges with courage. The word be on your guard that emphasizes responsibility and safeguarding one's faith and values. Men are encouraged to protect their spiritual well-being at all times. Stand firm in faith. This says that the responsibility of remaining faithful is a cornerstone of purpose. It implies that faith is not only passive, but it requires active commitment and responsibility. Be courageous, be strong. I shouldn't even have to explain that, but I'm going to explain it because it needs to be talked about. Courage and strength are essential attributes in facing life challenges as men. The verse reinforces that men should take responsibility for cultivating these qualities, which are crucial for living in your purpose. In essence, the significance of why in a man's life lies in the intertwined concepts of motivation and responsibility. A man's sense of purpose motivates him to overcome challenges and hardships. It reminds men of their responsibility to protect their faith, stand firm in their beliefs, and embody courage and strength as they navigate life's journey. In this way, their why becomes a guiding light, directing their actions and decisions toward more of a meaningful and fulfilling life with purpose. The connection between purpose and responsibility is fundamental. Fueling obligations is not just a duty, but a pathway to personal fulfillment, self-worth, and self-actualization. If we look at Galatians 6:4, it underscores the importance of valuing one's responsibility and finding pride in fulfilling them, independent of comparisons with others. This understanding empowers men to embrace their unique journey that's not part of the crowd and find deep meaning in their roles and contributions in the world around them. The concept of purpose and responsibility is profound and pivotal in shaping a man's life. When we look further, we could uncover several vital aspects. One is fulfillment through responsibility. Whether related to family, work, community, or personal growth, responsibilities provide a sense of structure and meaning into a man's life. They give him a clear direction and reason to wake up daily with a sense of purpose. And I said earlier, when we look at Galatians 6:4, it says each one should test their actions. then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. This verse emphasizes the individual nature and responsibilities and the unique journey each man should undertake in fulfilling them. In a world often preoccupied with competition and comparison, we like to compare ourselves to people that post on social media. We like to compare our lives with other people, but our personal duties to ourselves encompass a wide range of roles, including being a provider, protector, caregiver, mentor, contributor to the community. These roles are significant as we define a man's identity, not just popping bottles, not just partying, not just going to Sunday brunch. Self worth is deeper than that, not just the football games. Self worth is deeper than that. Fulfilling one's responsibility brings a profound sense of accomplishment and pride. When a man successfully takes care of his family, or excels in his career, or contributes to his community, he builds a strong foundation of self worth. This pride isn't rooted and should never be rooted in comparison to others, but in the knowledge that he has upheld his commitments and impacted his sphere of influence. Personal growth and development. Responsibilities provide opportunities for personal growth and development. They require a man to constantly learn, adapt, and refine his skills and character. Whether learning how to communicate effectively within a marriage, honing leadership skills in the workplace, or gaining wisdom through community service, these responsibilities contribute to a man's ongoing self improvement. The balance of responsibilities. Finding the right balance among various responsibilities is essential for a man. A man may juggle multiple roles, multiple jobs, and it's pivotal to prioritize all of them effectively. Galatians 6:4 reminds the man to focus on their actions and responsibilities. Responsibility and self actualization. Self actualization, the realization of one's full potential, is closely linked to taking on fulfilling responsibilities. When a man embraces his duties with the dedication and commitment, he moves closer to achieving his highest potential. By shouldering responsibilities, a man contributes to the well being of his family, community, and society and experiences personal growth that aligns with his purpose. What's another part of why? Is to protect. The instinct to protect is deeply ingrained in all men, reflecting their responsibility to safeguard their loved ones. This responsibility extends beyond their family. The innate instinct to protect is a fundamental aspect of man's character, reflecting his God given responsibility to safeguard his loved ones and extend care beyond his immediate circle. This profound sense of duty is beautifully exemplified in Luke 10:30-37, the parable of the Good Samaritan for those who read the Bible, which teaches a timeless lesson about the imperative to protect and care for those in need, irrespective of their background. Also, if you do 1 Timothy 5:8 emphasizes the duty of providing for one's family, which inherently includes the responsibility to protect them. Anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially their household, has denied faith and is worth and is worse than the unbeliever. See, as men, we have responsibilities. It gives us directions of responsibility, and when we're not doing that, it reflects on our communities. And part of the reason our communities are crazy as hell and catching so much hell, because a lot of us are not being men in our communities and taking up the responsibility, which we are become worse than the unbelievers. And this is why you have so many churches in Black communities, and the communities is still catching hell because the book that they preach out of says it right here. Anyone who does not provide for their relatives, especially for their household, has denied faith and is worse than the unbeliever. And the household, to me, is just not those that's in your house. It's the community that you live in. Self is love in John 15:13. And it emphasizes the ultimate protection through selfless love. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. We ain't even doing that. We ain't protecting our community. We ain't laying our life down for our community. As men, responsible protection involves willing to sacrifice, even to the point of laying down one's life for the safety and welfare of loved ones. The Good Samaritan had compassion. The Good Samaritan illustrate that the universal duty of compassion and protection for those in need, regardless of their background. The man's innate need to protect is a profound aspect of his character, reflecting on his responsibility to safeguard loved ones and extend care to all in need. The parable of the Good Samaritan teaches a timeless lesson that we are called to protect and care for others, transcending boundaries or backgrounds. Are we doing that? Are we finding our why within our community? And are we standing on our why in our community to make sure that our community is protected? Sacrificial love. Do we understand what sacrificial love is? You know, people, uh, this modern society gets mad when we talk about submission, and the fact that many women have pulled submission out of the wedding vows, but they don't even understand the responsibility of man, that we are supposed to sacrifice our life. A man's responsibility in marriage, according to Ephesians 5:25, involves giving himself for the sake of his wife, happiness, growth, and fulfillment. The verse also implies that a husband's love is not limited to emotions, and it extends to providing and protecting for his wife. This includes emotional support, financial support, of course, and safe and nurturing environment. The responsibility in marriage means creating a space where a wife can flourish and feel loved and cherished and secure. See, you can't, sisters, you can't get mad if you're not going to do, you say, oh, that sounds great. Yeah, but it's a give and take. If you want this brother to stand on his why and do all the things that the scriptures tell him to, then you need to start reading Proverbs and look at being a Proverbs 31 woman. See, because he's supposed to be a selfish leader within the household. It's not about dominance or control. It's about guiding the family with selfishness and love. A responsible husband leads by example, demonstrating a Christ-like qualities of humanity, compassion, and servant leadership to his family. Now, that sounds like submission. But this sounds good for a man to do this for his family. But then sisters say, I don't want to submit. But if a man is doing all this, if he's giving his life, if he's sacrificing his life, if he's demonstrating Christ-like qualities of compassion and a servant leadership, not an oppressive leader, but a servant leadership, and then the sister won't submit. Come on, man. Then y'all got it wrong. Somebody got it wrong. If a brother's doing all this, right? Because it's part of commitment and it's part of growth. And marriage is a journey of growth and mutual development, a responsibility. A husband recognizes that his commitment extends into supporting his wife's personal and spiritual growth. This commitment involves fostering an environment where both partners can flourish and learn from each other to grow closer to a spiritual higher power, to God. Now, if a man is doing that, if he's finding his why, if he's doing that, it shouldn't be no reason for a sister to talk about she not committing. Then she's not committing to God. See, because I did a video talking about the vow. The vow, when you say you submit, you're not making that vow to the man, you're making the vow to God. See, and we got caught up in this modern culture where they're pulling all the aspects out of submitting to God through marriage. So technically, when your marriage is before your union is before God, they have turned now marriage into an entertainment entity, because they switched up the meanings of it. Marriage is not a mere contractual agreement, but it's a sacred covenant. It reflects a lifelong commitment to love, protect, and support one spouse. And I'm having this discussion with men, but women that are listening, this is a safe place for men to understand their commitment. But also, you need to listen too, because if a man's doing all this, then what is your problem? A responsible husband approaches marriage with which the reverence for this covenant, understanding the gravity of his role. So when you understand your why, you understand your purpose, and you live to fulfill that purpose, you find somebody that matches your purpose, right? And you serve that person, as well as you serve your family, and you serve your community, and you be prepared to die for your family. See, that's having That's the divine masculine. That's not this masculinity talk that you hear, on social media where they're literally talking about, the woman is believed. Nah, man, that's silliness. That's silly talk. As I said, brother, you paying attention to some what they call the passport bros. Man, let me tell you, man, ain't no woman out here for the black man other than the black woman as a whole. Now you might find love out there, and I'm not saying if you love somebody else in another race, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, ain't no man. And y'all sisters can go out here and with this modern talk, and ain't the white man. You ain't bringing that to the white man. You ain't bringing that to Hispanic man. You ain't bringing that to Mr. Chow, Mr. Lee. You ain't bringing that to them. You ain't bringing that to the French man. You ain't bringing that to the English man, the Russian man, the Japanese man, because all these cultures, sister, there is a unique connection between that culture's man and that culture's woman. We're the only ones. We are the only ones that got it backwards. We had it. We had it in the 1960s when the marriage rate was 80% in the black community. We had it. Now the marriage rate is 30%, right? And kids born out of wedlock is 75 to 80%. And we wonder why our communities are in the conditions that are in. So the man needs to find his why. The man needs to find his purpose. And then the man needs to find a woman that's compatible with that why and that purpose. And then he could be Christ-like to her and submit his life to her. And then in turn, she will submit to him. That's the way it's supposed to go. Some of y'all sisters want this man to submit to you. And the nature of a man is not to submit to no woman. See, because you could still be a man and not make over $100,000. You could still be responsible. Tyler Perry said it correctly. And then now women are upset because they think he's saying settling down or settling beneath. But the majority of the times, y'all sisters are looking for a man that make more money. So why is he settling? It's okay for him to settle, but it ain't okay for you to settle. But if a man is on his mission, his purpose, his spirituality, he understands his why, that woman can work at McDonald's. Right? She could work at McDonald's. And it's not going to matter to him. Because he's still going to do all those things that I talked about. So, I mean, we have to get it, we have to get it together. And the only reason I went back to that because it's on my mind, and I saw this sister, who really went at Tyler Perry. But the fact, the truth of the matter is, is that majority of men, 75% of the men make 54,000, around 54,000. Average woman makes around 40,000. Where y'all looking for this 6-figure men? It ain't only happening. Only 10%. And even at that level is close to 500,000 more women than men. So y'all got your competition. Y'all competing with each other. And then y'all competing with each other for 10% of the men that probably already married. But a brother who's living his why, who's meditating, praying, eating clean, not out in clubs, Sunday brunches, instead of he's going to church instead of Sunday brunch. Y'all don't want him. He's boring. He's boring. Y'all got it backwards. But we're going to get it right because we're going to get the men right. And then sooner or later, your sister's going to be saying, well, we got to deal with these because they're not falling for it. They're not even falling for all the sex traps. A man's profound why is tied to his sense of purpose, responsibility, and desire to protect and provide. So life will present a man with many trials. Embracing one's duty and courage and faith enables a lasting fulfillment. Even in marriage is a center pillar of of many men's lives, a covenant marked by sacrificial love. Man understands why. He's just not in love with you. He's in sacrificial love. Yet our responsibilities extend further to serve as a good Samaritan to the community and uplift all in need. Brothers, as we walk through this journey, may we find the meaning of our unique calling. Each of us have a calling. We just have to meditate, pray, eat good, and God will give us what we are because we all have special gifts. So I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. I want to thank you for listening. If you want to know more about the Divine Black Masculine, please pick up my book on Amazon, The 53 Building Blocks to Be a Divine Black Masculine. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, ask.thehealthmindset@gmail.com, ask.thehealthmindset@gmail.com. Starting Thursdays, I'm going to do question and answering. So if you have any questions about health, wellness, mental clarity, the Divine Black Masculine series, the Black Love, the Black Love series, please email me. And on Thursday, we will definitely go through some questions, a couple of questions every Thursday. So check us out and thank you again. May you have a blacktastic evening. And remember, God is in your vegetables. Peace out.